Hey everybody, how's it going? Dan here with Lou Caldarola.
Hello.
He's on the East Coast. I'm almost on the West Coast in Arizona. And it's July, and in the United States of America, it's the month that we celebrate Independence Day early on in the month, but we're dragging it out. And we're going to celebrate it here. And tonight, as we're live on July 16th, right? Yes, it is. Tonight at 6 with Jeff Berlin, we're celebrating bass and drums duos who are American as well, which will be different. Lou, how are you?
Good. Quite well. And yourself?
Good, thank you. Show everybody your neat shirt.
Oh, I got this from some guy I know. Yeah, it's a pretty cool little shirt.
You can get those, and there's almost 24 other designs, folks, at big.drumtalktv.com. That's big.drumtalktv.com. That's our website with most of everything we've done over the 13 years, 7 months, and 9 days now. And and you can ask me that on any given day, and I'll tell you what it is. So yeah, very, very, very fun stuff. So Lou, as always, why don't you go first and tell us about the American drummer that you're celebrating with your first video clip? And folks, actually, before we do that, folks, chime in with some of your favorite American drummers.
Right.
And why don't we do that a little bit first? Then we'll show clips. Like, just right off the top of your head, who are some of your favorite American drummers that come to mind?
Yeah. Now, are you asking for that to chime in, or just me off the top of my head?
Yeah, you and everybody watching. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, obviously, some of with the classics for, when we were talking about before the show is one of the first ones that come to mind is Alex Van Halen. And it's funny, with so many episodes that we've done and looking up all of these, it's like getting to do our homework on them. Sometimes I'll, have to search and like, okay, well, who does come up there? And, who are some of the bigger ones that we can do, what we can do and cover for each of the topics. But yeah, that was always one of the ones that first would come up when I would think American born. Some of my bigger heroes, that we've featured on the show before were not always American-born drummers.
Right.
How about yourself?
The first thing I think of, and I'll name some other drummers, but the first thing I think of is how Frank Zappa was such an institution for great American drummers. You got the late, great Ralph Humphrey, Vinnie Colaiuta, Terry Bozzio, Chad Wackerman, Chester Thompson. I mean, just that alone, seriously, is you take the body of work of each of those players. Ruth on percussion, I mean, just an amazing player. You could just get turned on to so much great music.
Yeah.
And then there's my favorite, one of my favorite drummers growing up was Artemis Pyle from Lynyrd Skynyrd Live, the first live album. My dad just loved that album. We would listen to it all the time when I was just like 12 and my young teens, right in that area. And then there's Steve Gadd, of course, Peter Erskine. It's some younger generation people that I just love, like Jason Sutter, whose birthday was yesterday, Brian Tichy, Matt Starr. I know I'm forgetting, people that I know. Mark Craney, who played with Jethro Tull on the A album. Glenn Sobel with Alice Cooper, and a great session player. There's so many guys in that area that are about 10 years younger than I am, 5 to 15 years younger than I am.
Mike Portnoy.
Seen for quite a while. Yeah, Mike Portnoy. So yeah, there's a lot out there, and so many others. I know I'm forgetting. Like,
right? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to offend anyone by not naming.
Sorry to all of you we forgot, because there's so many.
Yeah, if you have a vowel in your name, I'm thinking of you. So yeah, it's a fun topic, and why don't you go first?
Again, like I'm trying to go through and look at a few, and grab a few surprise ones, and just some songs that really were fitting, with the theme as much as we can. I figured let's start off with one. This is great because it was a cool, really great iconic song, American Born Drummer. And it even the title of the track goes along with our theme here for this one, with Don Brewer and Grand Funk Railroad, and the legendary drum intro of "We're an American Band."
Yeah, one of the most recognizable intros, in
Yeah,
fact.
right. And also now, not only did he provide that iconic drum part, but I mean he sang lead on that too.
Yeah.
So this is my third or fourth track we've done in a little while where the drummer sings, and no, you're not getting my golden voice again on this one, but maybe one day I'll try and do the vocal and drum.
And there's one right there, the late great Levon Helm from the band.
Yeah.
He's going to be, his estate is going to be in our news desk report on Friday with Shiley and Steven, because there's some funk going on there. Ove Hojorth Monk from Denmark is chiming in and says Frank Zappa with a heart. And Frank Zappa was a drummer himself as well.
Yep.
So let's not forget that. Have you seen the video? We've posted it a few times over the years. The video of him on the Steve Allen show. He's in his young 20s. He's playing the bicycle with a drumstick.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah,
It's classic. From 1963, the year I was born. So here we go with Lou's first selection. Great one, Don Brewer. And it is right here. Great job. And I think I'd have to do a side-by-side listen, ear taste test, but I think your cowbell's the exact same note of
cool.
Like, do you know off the top of your head how close it is?
I did notice, because I do have a couple, in that I could have chose, and I did have one that I usually put on the kit for a lot of stuff, and I was playing it and going, no, it's not quite right. That one is closer, but I didn't give it a good enough in-depth look to say, does it match? But it definitely was better than the one I had on the kit previous.
That song really takes me back. I haven't heard it in a very, very long time. I haven't played it in decades. I don't know what year it came out, but I feel like I remember playing it when I was like 9, 10, 11 years old, the year it came out. Do you know what year it came out?
I off the top of my head, no, but not exact. I'm gonna say it's mid-70s.
Okay, so a little older than I thought, but I remember just how groovy that rhythm guitar part is, and all the space that's left between the notes because he's playing it on the cowbell instead of a swishy hi-hat like during the choruses or on the ride. It's really a very, very well structured song, especially for the time.
Yeah. And even now, working with my time working with students at the school, that song comes up a lot, and the folks, the kids all still have a blast with that one. And I usually, for a lot of the drummers, when we first hit that intro and he's doing those nice, movements around the kit with those fast doubles on the bass drum, that's usually one of those moments, the students kind of look at you like, Wait a minute. That's
It's
a good
funny.
riff there.
Yeah, what's funny is the way I self-learned it was I didn't do the double I didn't do it like that. I went you know, the crossover sort
Yeah.
of thing. And then later I learned, oh, it's that. I was making it much more complicated. So, what can I tell you? Let's ask our other resident expert, because while Steve is helping
Yeah.
sharing around, I think he's busy. Hey Siri, what year did American? Hey Siri, what year did "We're an American Band" come out by Grand Funk Railroad?
The song "We're an American Band" by Grand Funk Railroad came out in 1973.
73. So yeah, I was 10. Yeah. Uh, Interesting. Very interesting. Great job on that. Wow. What do I
What do you think?
follow that up with? Um, a nod to Peter Erskine. That's what I'm going to do. And one of, if not my favorite American band, I guess, thinking through, scanning. Yeah, Steely Dan. And Peter toured with them quite a few times. And this is one of my favorite Steely Dan songs to play. It's a live version of Peg, which is just a great song. So here's
Yeah.
me playing to Peter on my small jazz kit. Just
That was great. That was really good.
hey, fun song to play. I gotta always remember to turn the play back up more for the recording. And watching that, I thought of two other American greats, and that are brothers Carmine and Vinny. And
Yeah.
Vinny Appice is going to be on our fan Q&A session on August 16th, August 12th. It's a Wednesday, August 12th, 6 p.m. Pacific
Nice.
time, 9 p.m. Eastern, to answer fans' questions. Fans can get on screen. Check it out, folks, at our membership site. Here, we'll do a real quick ticker. You can check
That's
it
a
out
great one.
there at jumptalktvbrilliance.com. Peter Erskine was a guest. I don't want to say how long ago, because Steve will correct me by like a year, but I want to say it was 6 months ago. It's probably a year ago. And I just found out this morning that we booked Terry Lynn Carrington as well for this Saturday. And in all transparency, I told Steve yesterday, I wrote him and I said, Steve, let's take off the 18th since it's not booked yet. It'll just give me more time to get some other stuff done. And then he sent this morning, he said, Terry picked that date because she's got a new album coming out this month. So I said, let's honor it. Let's do that. So fans, if you're into jazz, if you're into Terry Lynn Carrington, great drummer, great lady.
Yeah.
And going to be a fan Q&A guest and promote her new album and stuff like that. So that'll be fun. Looking forward to that. And he's been booking a few others. If you go to our calendar, folks, at drumtalktvbrilliance.com, you'll see that, and you can join for free. It's those things are for members only. We show about 15 minutes live on Facebook and YouTube, and the rest is for our members. And
Yeah,
if we
lots
ever
of great stuff there too. Lots of, the videos, the interviews, the stuff that you can
thanks.
upload your own, your own videos. A lot of good stuff there.
Thank you very much. Thanks. What's number 2 for Lou?
Ooh, this was a fun one. Another drummer that we haven't had on before, and I'm pretty sure we haven't even had the band on the show before, which is some great drum stuff. Though with this one, I had it in mind. It was like, oh, this would be great. But this artist sometimes uses program drums. I'm like, please let this one be a human drummer. Please let this. And looking up Nine Inch Nails, Trent Reznor, some of the earlier stuff, there was a lot of drum programming and all.
Yeah.
And even some of his, some later on, there was still some of it in use, but he did have drummers on some of the tracks. And a really, really great, fun song, March of the Pigs, which has the odd time, some of the odd time beat going into the even bar of 8 at the end, was drummer Chris Vrenna, another great American-born drummer. And so, yeah, Chris played on that one. And so that was what I thought would be a really fun one for today's episode. Well,
Wow. And my mind is starting to race with more American drummers. I'll try to remember them when we come back. Here's Lou's number 2, celebrating drummers of the Red, White, and Blue. That was great. I love that. And I wanted to get more of that part.
Fun beat. I just took like that. That was taken from. I was using mostly bootlegs of the bands today, and that was a cool bootleg I found of them playing that one live, and where the drummers would, Chris, and sometimes he had other drummers live as well, depending on which tour. Sometimes the drummers would throw a little extra stuff in those parts, so that was a little of that. On the actual studio track of that, it stays much more just the hi-hat and the kick pulsing through that part.
Yeah, that was cool though. I love that. Zach Alford, let's not forget Zach Alford. Stephen Perkins, Tommy Aldridge, one of my very favorites. What's his hold on one sec, I can turn my mic off for a sec. I'm having such a senior moment. It's unreal. So Primus has had a lot of great drummers. Vince Parker.
Are you thinking Tim Alexander was the most probably associated?
Yeah. And Brian Maceo. Oh, let's not forget Danny Carey.
Yeah.
Who is with Tool, of course, but now their new drummer, John Hoffman. So it's turned into another institution there. I want to give a shout out to a couple late great American drummers, American by immigration, and that would be Alan White and Neil Peart.
Yeah. So
we got to give them a nod, having graced our wonderful American soil with their presence as residents. So very cool. That was fun, Lou. That's a deep choice. I like that.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
My number 2 is a weird one, and it's Carmine Appice playing with Pink Floyd. Yeah, he's playing on the song "The Dogs of War." And when he told the story in an older interview with me, where he got the call and he was kind of like, "Okay, I'll come see what you got and play on the album." And he got there, and this is when David Gilmour had the studio in this big boat that he bought, and he went into the studio, and there was Nick Mason, and he was kind of like, and they said, this is just you. This song is you. We want you to play on this. I don't do it justice. And again, the playback is too much in the background, but it's a very heavy song. And Carmine's perfect for it. So this is Dogs of War. Check it out, folks, on the jazz kit. And then the next one, I'm playing jazz on my big fat kit. What?
Nice. You can hear the Carmine in that drum part. You really can.
Yeah, and the song's kind of a weird tempo. It holds back. It's almost like you want it to either go slightly slower or slightly faster. It's a weird sort of, you know how some tempos just feel natural? That one does not at all.
And it's got some of those like signature, you know, that power behind his playing, and even like those cymbal chokes, you know, for those of you guys, you know, that are used to watching Carmine's play, you can see him because he does that more laying the arm on it style of the cymbal chokes, like, you know, and it's so great.
He, I think, is the only one that's done it like that. And it's so classic. It goes way back to the original Cactus and Fudge days. Yeah.
Right. That's a great one.
Cool. What's number 3 for you?
So, referencing back to a little full circle to when you asked me at the beginning, and I had mentioned one of the first American-born that always would come to mind, you know, in rocks would always be Alex Van Halen for me, and thinking like, oh man, how have we not had him on the I haven't chose Van Halen before, like. Well, that seems like a mistake.
That's weird.
So this is
that. Yeah.
Yeah. So this was a perfect opportunity to get Alex in, and so many great drum parts, so many iconic pieces there. And then wanted to find something cool with a good bootleg that I could play along to. That was still a good one. My favorite stuff, I mean, so many iconic parts. Hot for Teacher, you know, obviously coming to mind for a lot of folks, and some really great drum breaks in songs like Light Up the Sky and DOA and Out of Love Again, all these great pieces. You got the classic You Really Got Me cover. But so much stuff on that first album, I had to go for Atomic Punk. I just love the riffs in that, the vocals, you know, Eddie's part, the Alex's drums. I mean, there was just such a rockin', remember hearing that on that album. And sure, like the classic stuff, you know, Eruption, You Really Got Me, and, you know, Jamie's Crying, all those were big, but that Atomic Punk always kind of stuck out for me on that one.
Yeah, and that's somehow a weird sleeper tune for them. I don't know why, right?
Yeah.
Because like you said, those others got a lot of airplay. This
exactly.
I don't remember if I heard this on the radio before, but check it out, folks. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, that's a deep cut for them. I think. Yeah. Stuart Copeland. I didn't mention Stuart Copeland. Now I wish I recorded a clip of Synchronicity 2. But for my last
Happy
one,
birthday.
yeah,
Today is his birthday. Happy birthday.
dig up my interview, folks, just on YouTube or Facebook. Look up Stuart Copeland interview Drum Talk TV or Drum Talk TV Stuart Copeland, and you'll find it's a fun interview. I want to have him on again. Yeah, fun stuff. So my this one's a real pivot for me, and funny enough, it's a jazz tune recorded in 1964. I remember because I was 1 year old, and I'm playing it on my big progressive kit for some reason, and the only style of music that I play traditional grip, and this is by one of my favorite jazz composers, musicians, singers, and it's Ella Fitzgerald. And it's Gus Johnson on the drums with her version of Fly Me to the Moon, which is How High the Moon is kind of how she retitled this. And it's fun. It's got some really cool swing, and had to bust out I challenged myself because I go through stints where I'll play jazz and I'll play traditional grip, and then I don't do it for a very long time. And then my wife, being such a big jazz fan, Angel will say, "Go play some jazz." And I'll be like, "Okay." And I put this stick in my hand. I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's right. This is different." Let's see what happens. So, let's see what happens here. I think I took a nap after that. It's cool hearing her go into scat.
Yeah.
I've told this story before. It's a fun trivia question. Do you know where scat comes from and who created it?
I can't say I do.
So Louis Armstrong was recording vocals in the studio, and the air conditioner kicked on and blew his lyrics off his music stand, and he's just started making that stuff up, and he called it scat because his lyrics scattered on the floor. Isn't that crazy?
That's a good one.
Yeah, like I wonder if that didn't happen, if that style would have emerged otherwise, maybe not.
Interesting.
Yeah, but that's where it comes from, good old Louis, and
Very
she did
cool.
a great job at that. So yeah, some good old American drumming for you there. Well, American drummers, they were playing too, but lots of fun stuff, and there's just so many. So folks, if you're watching this on the archive, go ahead and chime in with your favorite American drummers, and the more you and I talk about it, Lou, and think about it, we just keep coming up with more and more and more and more and more.
Right, of course, yeah. And I've been on my, if anybody, folks, you want to see some more of those, or even today being Stuart's birthday, I post a lot of drummer birthday clips on my personal page as well. And I think over the past couple days, we've had Mitch Mitchell, Artemis Pyle, Stuart Copeland, Jason Bonham, and a number. Yeah, it's been like a number of other drummers over the past few days who've had birthdays. So
Jason falls into the category of by immigration. He's been living in Florida for years and years.
Yeah,
and is a citizen. So that's cool. Fun stuff. Fun topic. We'll be back with more next month.
Yeah.
And folks, thanks for chiming in. Thanks for following what we do here on Drum Talk TV. Check out, I'll go to it real quickly again. Check out DrumTalkTVBrilliance.com. We're on the cusp of finally re-releasing the final hard launch of the arcade. Thousands of games to play, just like you might see on Apple News, Wall Street Journal News, New York Times, LA Times, all sorts of other platforms have fun, just little games like word search, crosswords, anagrams, matching games, things like that. Ours is all music themed, and we've made it very educational as well. There's about 14 different genres. We're starting with 3 different game frameworks, and it comes with premium if you get premium. And you can get it as their arcade as a standalone if you don't want all the other. Just check it out, folks. Just check it out. Join for free, so you could at least join me with Terry Lynn Carrington this Saturday and get on screen, ask her a question. Then we got Vinny Appice on the 12th of August and a bunch of others. I can't even remember all of them. Stephen has been booking so many. So join us for the fun. And folks, we will see you very soon. Lou, thanks so much as always. It's always great, man.
Absolutely. Thank you as well.
Absolutely. Thanks, folks. We will see you soon.
Take care, all.